Hey folks, as promised, we are doing a series of posts that'll be coming out. They're really all about how each number on the Enneagram can embody and realize its best expression of itself during this coronavirus madness. And of course, I've got my best pal, my confrere. Ooh, there's a great word. My confrere, Anthony Skinner, with me to help us on this journey.
Ian Cron, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, all considering.
I'm glad we get to see each other. And although we are respecting the social distance here between us quite well.
We are. I actually Googled to find out whether or not I could catch coronavirus from you on Zoom. And I'm happy to report that it's unlikely.
I have a mesh screen over my my camera, so.
I'm really glad for that.
Hey, so today we're talking about the ones.
Number.
Yeah,
Enneagram
perfectionist.
One. Okay, so I've made a decision about Enneagram ones, the perfectionists.
Yes.
I'm no longer calling them the perfectionists. I'm calling them the improvers.
Much better word.
It is, because that's really what they are. And like every gift, Enneagram ones, the improvers, bring a lot to life's table in times of crisis. And these are uncertain times, are they not?
Right, yeah. So let's talk about the improvers at their best, and then we'll go to the shadow side.
Okay. Well, there's too many things to say about their good side. They're conscientious, they're self-sacrificing, they're prepared, they're organized, and they're a source of comfort and strength and reassurance in hard times. I mean, they're just solid people. There are a few types I'd rather have with me in a time of crisis than an Enneagram one.
Yeah, agree. That makes sense. Yep. So let's talk about some of the shadow side.
Yeah, well, so the shadow side of ones, they really need to monitor and regulate, particularly in difficult days like these, to prevent the unhealthy side of their personality surfacing and taking over and making a mess of things. They should not beat themselves up when they do make mistakes, in terms of being skillful with their personality. But, we all have to be vigilant, to learn how to have that inner witness that's watching what we're doing and making course corrections all the time. Right?
And the ones, the improvers are good ones to take your message to heart, to have self-compassion on themselves.
Oh yeah, unconditional self-friendship. That's my mantra.
I love it when you say that. So the improvers might be feeling some stress during this season. Let's talk about some of the behaviors they might default to. So around this time.
Totally. When ones feel stressed, right? They can repress their anger even more than normal and become rigid in their personality and uncompromising. Okay. So when that happens, they can become overly critical and judgmental and resentful when others don't conform to their high internal standards or when people don't heed their advice. And in these days, when, there's a lot happening, there's a lot of advice you could be giving all the time. Right. And ones just need to remember that, sometimes there's more than one right way to do things. Right.
That's good.
Family members generally don't need to be asked, why aren't you following CDC guidelines and protocols for washing your hands for 20 seconds and social distancing at least 6 feet, several times a day. Once is enough. Right. Now, I'm not trying to say that those aren't important things to do.
Right.
But sometimes ones take it upon themselves to be the people that are making sure others are doing them.
Right. To be the hall monitor. Yeah.
Exactly. And they have to be careful of that. That's a red flag. Okay. So you want some strategies for them?
Yeah. Let's talk about some strategies. Give a few tips for our people out there.
All right. So ones on the Enneagram, here are some tips, survival tips for you to become your best self for others and yourself in these really uncertain times, okay? When you are stuck in the house and life slows down a little bit, the volume on the stream of negative self-commentary in your head can increase. The volume can go up. So here's this crazy thing, and you've heard me say this before, Anthony, and I swear to gosh, it works. When this happens, I want you to take the words of your inner critic and I want you to write them down on a piece of paper, right? And I've done this. I've done this with, you can do this as a fear list. You can do this as a negative self-commentary list, right? So it may be, I'm not a very good parent. I should have been more prepared for this, right? You just write down as many of the voices going through your head right now as you possibly can. Right. And then I want you to sing them aloud to the tune of Happy Birthday. So it could be like
I love this. I love this.
I'm a lousy parent. I should have been more prepared. Why aren't there more canned beans in the basement? Just you could.
It dismantles that thing. Yeah, I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that happens when you employ humor with your fears or with that stream of negative self-commentary, whatever your thing is. Like I tell sixes to do this with their fears. Like, just write them down, sing them aloud. Because when you hear it out loud, it starts to become funny. And it starts to, the negative voices start to loosen their grip. And you realize, oh, this is kind of silly.
It loses its power. I love that. How about a second tip?
Okay. When you feel overwrought, right? My favorite words of advice from the Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh. Have you ever read Thich Nhat Hanh?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, man. So brilliant. He has this great quote: smile, period, breathe, period, go slowly, period.
That's good.
Smile, breathe, go slowly. Because here's the deal. Ones don't know how to stop. They're always working. There are always too many things to perfect. There are too many things to improve. I just call them perfectionists. I meant improvers. Sorry. So improvers are always wanting to improve things. And there are so many things to improve that they never take time to smile, breathe, and go slowly.
That's good.
So
number three?
Number three. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, it's fine. Tell others, this is big for ones. Tell others you're sorry when you act out inappropriately. So share how you're struggling personally with those that you love, right? Like vulnerability for ones is a really important theme, right? Like they're not, ones just are not typically very vulnerable with other people with their struggles, right? And I think it could really help them get along with the folks that they're hunkered down with, right? Hey, this is what I'm struggling with, I'm struggling with my negative self-commentary right now. I'm struggling with I'm being over controlling right now. I feel really anxious right now and that I should be doing something, but I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, oxygen comes back into the room.
Absolutely. I think it's really helpful when you're vulnerable like that, it activates compassion in others, empathy and compassion in others. So
yeah. And it reestablishes connection.
Yeah.
Because vulnerability is the currency of relationship.
Hey, these are great tips for ones, the improvers, and I'm looking forward to doing more of this with you. We're going to go through all 9 numbers.
Yep. Posts on all 9 numbers and how they can be their best during this coronavirus surreal madness. Woo!
Ian, I love you, and I'm so grateful for your words of wisdom that you shared today and that you're going to be sharing in the future. You're a beautiful man, and glad to be in this journey with you.
Man, likewise. We'll see you soon.